Yo, it's Jesse with Bowman Land Clearing. So we're at our first mulching job. It rained yesterday, as you could tell with the video, the last video. Okay, they're building this all the way out. You can obviously see what it's like. They put crush and run 50 and then 57s and these boulders here. So I drove all the way down there, so you could tell. I mean, if it wasn't for the four-wheel drive, I'd have been stuck pretty bad. I mean, it's pretty mushy. Got the skid steer running, so we're doing pretty much about right in there all the way down to there. It don't look like much, well, it looks like a lot, but there's much needed cleaning. You can tell they had his son's building a house back here, so he told me get up to the logs. I told him, I said I can hit some of it, but I said it'll take me a lot longer. I said I can get behind it and clean it up a lot better than I can, you know, get the piles. I said no, that's got a lot of dirt in it, so I can't. If I can maneuver it with my excavator, then things will get better. So I had to unload the skid steer down here, and I mean, look, they got good dirt, and they pretty much got chert too on the upper half. So they brought in some chert from the upper half down to here. So I think once we get in here, it's very pasty. Try not to get a bunch in my skid steer. So, but it's not too bad in here, or at least I hope. That's just from coming inside. So you can kind of see what the saplings we're dealing with. Mostly saplings, a little bit of brush on the other side. He's got a small tractor, so he said take all the trees that you can. So what he's wanting is he's wanting it opened up, and that's what we're about to give him. You know, we got a bunch of dead stuff because it stays wet here in Tennessee mostly. So we're going to come in and clean all these up, so it's about to look good. And then this side is like the least amount of like what is over there. You can kind of see it's a little thicker, but it goes all the way. You can kind of see where it opens up. So he's wanting me to do this, so and then we'll get rid of the stumps that where they came in and cut some of this. So got a bunch of pines, a bunch of softwoods. So we're gonna try to get it with a new machine. Pretty excited. I lost my tripod, so I have no idea where it's at, because it's been like almost 2 months, over 2 months since my machine caught fire. But we're gonna try to get this one going, and let's see what it could do. And tried to fix this, but dude, this is the hardest thing to fix other than the spring kit. But the spring kit pulls it up too high, so it puts it in a bind. This is just a, I don't even know, make a mess, I guess. Let's get to it. This is another reason why people ask me, why don't you mulch or do any work while it's wet? Well, first off, you know, you got muddy boots, and then also the fogged up windows. So it's hard to deal with when you're trying to mulch, but also it's when you back drag or go forward or something like that, it slings it up, and then you have to get out probably every 30 minutes to an hour to wipe it off. Sometimes I just let it hang there. So, but it's hard to, that's why I keep a rag to wipe it. Sometimes when it, I guess it cools down, and then you don't have to use this. It you can see why yeah. All right, so this is the first time I've started mulching with this one, with a new machine. This one has a lot more RPMs. I think mine had like 2,300. This one's got almost 25 and a half, so it's extra 100 RPM. I'm pretty excited to see how it's going to do. I can tell a big difference with the hydraulic flow on this one. Oh yeah. Usually I would have done bogged down by now, and I'd have to try it again. So really happy how this one, see, it's just eating up. I would kind of bogged down by now. If you you watch my channel, you know the struggles that I had. So I'm not sure the hydraulic flow on this one's chewing it up pretty good bit. And that big tree right here I just hit, I would have never got that far. So like that right there, I'd have done bogged down. Hydraulic flow does make a big difference, but I'm very happy how this one, because this, I thought this head was junk. But since I got a good machine, see, it's chewing it up already. Hopefully we can get a new mulching head this year. So now I think my productivity will go up a lot better too. That way I can get more done. They just said take out what you can, so I'm gonna take out a certain size. That's what I usually do until I figure out what this machine can do, or how fast and how much I can get done. See, I done bogged down. This is awesome. I'm very happy. What I like about this one is it's thinned out, but it's a lot of trees. So, yeah, I'd have bogged down. That's awesome. Super happy. Dang, I hate that. We can't see nothing. Oh shoot! Nice. Well, you can see my mulching head about fell off when I back dragged. A stick just come up and hit the, you can kind of see it, the little lever right there. So I got this sucker turned off. I'm letting it spool down, letting it cool down for a minute. And I've heard people's machines doing this, and the mulcher will take off and it rips out and chews up the front of the machine. So luckily, when I back drag a little bit, it hit up on top of a hill, so the right side's holding it from doing that. So that was scary. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because I just happened to see it pop up. There's a freaking stick right there. I guess when it flipped up, it went up underneath the bar and popped it up. So I was trying to make my way over here. Well, I'll just show you. Back there, because that's where I started, way over there, and I've cut me a trail. So I was trying to make my, because over here is a bunch of roots, and I don't want to pop a track off in this swamp area. So it's fixing to look good. My machine's staying 216. I'm not sure because of the pre-cleaner or when I done dirt work, I forgot to clean the, I was trying to hurry up and get here, so it ain't no big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything blew off, and I'll show you what I bought the other day because of my Eco Dookie Tractor Supply electric battery operated leaf blower. I'm gonna try to mulch it up. Just watch me. So since it went down, I went and bought a gas one because they're more reliable, but I'll show you shortly. Nice. So this is a steel BG86C. It was very expensive for what it was, but not as expensive as the backpack. But it gets tiring when you're trying to blow that off, and you got, you know, long arms, and you have to hold them way back here to try to clean it off. But anyway, a tree decided it wanted to absolutely slap chop my pre-cleaner, which I didn't see it. Usually I try to push them and then back up a little bit, and then try to go at a different angle to mulch them down to prevent stuff from smacking. But this seems a lot taller than my other one. You can kind of see they got this thing, so I'm thinking it's rubbing it. May try to trim some of that out, but I'm gonna zip tie, because when I got out I didn't see it until I seen the tree laying right here, and I guess what happened when I backed up, it must have popped it, but I didn't see it. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some zip ties and kind of keep it level like that. So I'm not sure if it's causing it to get hot because it's stopping that pre-cleaner, so I have to buy another one. Awesome. So always getting something. So I ordered a radio, which it wasn't as expensive as I thought it was. I think it was like under 200 bucks for the whole thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean the air filter, which I went over it 3 or 4 times with a leaf blower, raising it up, cleaning it up. So I'm guessing with the dirt, you can kind of see how dusty it is. It's pretty dusty. Probably get some new filters when I go to cat. I had to order a backup camera because the backup camera keeps going out, and I can't afford to have to, you know, it's pretty dusty, but I don't know if it's enough to make a difference. If it's not bad and it's after I cleaned it out, then I don't know why the machine's staying hot. It's the engine side, so it could be fuel filters too, but there's not a number on there. Pretty clean fuel, but the filters could be dirty too. So what sucks is I don't have this style at all, so I have to order some. But the engine side's staying hot, so I'll probably just buy some new filters because these look pretty old. So and I also have a reversible fan on this one, so I kept blowing it back and forth so that way I could see, but the fan the fan sounds like it's staying on. So, but hopefully because of a dirty air filter, so we'll see what happens, how dirty it is. All right, so I got the air filter clean and then blew it off again, and then took the I took this little guy in there because you can get more in there. I need one like this, but it has it on the bottom because you have to turn it like this and you can't get in there. This I can get in there, you know, get it how I need to. And I went through it several times. What I do is, if you do mulching, you kind of know what I'm talking about, but you know, I go in like this right here, and then I just kind of just go down just a little bit, and then I do circles, and then you'll see chunks flying out too, but then also blowing on the other side too. You can't get close to it, but you also gotta be careful with air. So I got the air filter clean, and then blew air through the actual piping, and then went down through there, you know, did the same thing, back and forth, side to side, circles, and it makes a difference. So hopefully, maybe it's just a dirty air filter, and I'll just go ahead and get some more, because I can't have this thing getting up too hot. It's got coolant in it, so but anyway, I'm gonna grab me a drink and then we'll get back to shredding. So this thing's absolutely shredding. I'll show you the teeth. Ow. That one job when the machine caught fire, I didn't ever sharpen them at all. Didn't even for the, I think it's 3 days. They still pretty sharp. I'm not even gonna touch them until I hit rock. Some of these do need to be sharpened, but it's doing good. Oh, took a chunk out. So I think if it hits a stump, even though if it's soft and it hits one, I think it does curl them back because of that's where they're made and designed to do, so that way they don't damage nothing. But anyway, it's still hot and muggy. I think that's the reason why it's staying hot too, but it was also dirty filters. It was staying between 214 and 216. And also on these, to make sure you clean out the debris kits, because stuff would pack right here under the cylinder. Mine done that. And there's usually dirt buildup right underneath between this metal piece and the thing, and that's what bends the cylinder, and then you shred your whole hydraulic system. So let's get to it. All right, so my machine's getting hot. It's getting about 220. So they told me what I done checked everything, blew everything again, and they're thinking the thermostat is stuck. So I'll probably have to run to Stowers Caterpillar in Chattanooga later this afternoon to go pick up a thermostat. But as of right now, I'm letting it cool down. It's 174, but it runs for about 15-25 minutes, and then it starts getting to 200 something. So the thermostat's stuck. I checked everything, double checked everything. So see if we can't get back to rolling a little bit, get more done, and we'll have to stay a little later to make up for us having to stop so often. man, even through video, it looks good. Yes, it may be cedar, but also all this hardwood too is still mulching like that. I went over that maybe 2 times, but I try to eat some of that, but try to push it out. What I'm trying to do is trying to make mulch under these trees, but I'm also going to take these trees and then trim them up high because they're coming down. I guess maybe like a issue or something from a storm, but look at that. Once I come in fine tune, there's trees laid over, crisscrossed, bunch of stuff like that, and once I get in here and mulch that stuff up. But the machine's still getting hot, getting about 220. It's 223, so it's going straight to temp, so that means thermostats, or a thermostat. But you can see how dusty it is. Clouds look dark, looks dark in here, but it was. You can see how dark it is back here, back to there. So this is what it does. It's looking good. But it smells good too. And that's for sure. Look at that. Paper chips. Or toothpicks, really. These do need some sharpening now. You can definitely tell a difference. When I first started, they ain't got too much of a bad lip. You know, you can just the edge, get the sharpness back. But I'll do it as long as I can. You'd think it'd be very dark, but it's really not. It's only 4:17, so it shouldn't be like what it's doing, but it's raining, so I'm fixing to have to get out and blow this thing off real quick before it gets too wet. I'm gonna have to go. Machine's staying about 210 because I think it's because it's cooled off, but it's starting to rain pretty good, so it's time to go. Can't see nothing. And I like just a couple hours too. And all that, we're in some chirp. break. Well, it's Sunday. I had to wait several days for the rain to dry. So I went to back in right here, got my truck and trailer stuck over there. Broke my mirror, beat it up pretty bad. Other than that, it scratched the bed up a little bit, but not too bad where it took the paint off. So I got me a thermostat from Stour's Cat. So I thought I had some wrenches in here. I have all of them except for a 12, and it's that back one right there. Well, I was gonna break it loose, then yeah. So I'm gonna try to get this done, and I'm not sure how much I'm gonna lose. I was gonna clean this up, but everything's done took all the Rain-X windshield wiper stuff, so I'm not pouring it out because it's like $7 a gallon. So I went looking on the trailer to see if I had something to use. I have another coolant jug, so I'm not sure. I don't know, I may try to find something that way I at least catch some of it, because it's going to be sticky. So I'm not sure if this is the red or not, but we're going to go ahead and try to get that thermostat because my machine was getting pretty hot. So yeah, it's the red, but at least we got 6 gallons because I got 5. So thermostat, there's a thermostat for the 2019s, which are all the same just about in all of them, and a gasket. So now I got to get all this off. I'm not sure how much I'm about to lose. So I did bring some water to wash it off the engine with. Just all right, so I had a small problem. I went to turn around and seen a puddle of coolant underneath me. Scared me, but the thermostat hose was leaking from where I tightened it up, but I think I tightened it up a little sideways. so I'm trying to throw it on there. I think the clamp got sideways a little bit, like a little offset. But we're gonna see how this does, and I'm gonna check the coolant all the whole time. So we're going to keep a check on it very frequently to make sure it's topped off, but also it's not leaking. So hopefully we can actually get something done today. Breaking down all the time gets old. This thing shreds, man. It takes it a while to warm up. Hit 205 degrees already. It's like going straight to temp. 3207. I ain't even really started. So what it does, it'll go 210, 208, it'll bounce around, it'll hit it real quick. Hope it keeps chilled out right there. So what we'll do is we'll let it run for a little bit, and then we'll get out and check everything, make sure everything's tip top. I'm not seeing anything in the ground. This thing's chewing pretty good though. It may go straight to temp because it's nice and muggy, like really muggy outside. trying to remember where I left off. All right, machine's still being hot. That's crazy how you spend 60-something thousand dollars. I mean, yes, it's used and all that, but still staying way above temperature. Stuff don't last long when you run it that long, so I'm gonna have to finish this job. I mean, we got to go from here to the other side. We still got all that. So I got all this cleaned up. And then this is all chopped up. I pulled everything, tried to pull it in, but some of it's heavy. But stuff like this come in and delimit so that way it'll look good. I'm gonna try to clean up all this. It's staying at a decent temp to where I can run it for a while. It's like 220, between 217 and 223, which I think I got up to 226. So you're looking at probably 230 something when it gets way too hot. The hydraulics are staying about 180. My 2014 stayed way cooler than this one, so I'm thinking the overspray and maybe all the mulch dust, they may have not just cleaned it out properly, so both of them are staying hot. So that kind of tells me right there what's going on, kind of. So probably maybe just do all this and then take it home and pressure wash it and bring it back and do that down there, who knows. But yeah, so it's decent, but I don't think it hasn't completely helped it though. It's still getting hot. But I got just this, you can't really tell, everything's laid down. There's like a small little island right here. Now I'm gonna push it up this way, and then once I get down that way, I can start pushing up this way, because there's a bunch of trenches right here. Wish I had my excavator. Make life a little easier. While I let this thing cool, I could be pulling stuff out, but oh well. Let's go ahead and get this.